What's going on, guys? It's Anthony with Learn Something New today. Um, I was reading this article, uh, and it really took me by surprise, simply because it's not something that I really expected here. And so, Medgar Evers, if you guys don't know, pioneer. Um, he was somebody who, not necessarily civil rights, but he also fought for voting rights as well. He was a field secretary for the NAACP. He was an Army veteran. He served in World War II. And when he came back, he wanted to overturn racial segregation. And he was involved in overturning segregation at the University of Mississippi. Now, because of that, him being an activist, he was assassinated. It's not something that I don't think he didn't expect it coming. He lived in constant threat of his life. Were present in Jackson, Mississippi, right? Um, had trained their children on what to do in case of a shooting, a bomb, lives, right? Um, and not only it wasn't only like the Ku Klux Klan; it was state-sanctioned violence as well. He was by FBI's, by the FBI and police. Um, the only time that he arrived or drove from his home to his home without an escort, he was killed. FBI didn't follow him. The police didn't follow him. Uh, he was supposed to have an FBI or a police escort that day, and for whatever reason, they didn't happen. Right? There's some speculation that he was the police were in on it and the FBI was in on it. But Medgar Evers was killed. He was shot and killed. Right? And one thing that I want to do is I'm going to come down a little bit on this. His murder to be seen as a murder. Um, Excuse me. They don't want his murder to be seen, his murderer to be seen as racist. Excuse me. Um, I'm going to read this article, and you guys tell me what you think about it, because I'm gonna say this is pissing me off. Let's see. The National Park Service has removed visitor brochures from the Medgar Evers and Myrlie Evers Home National Monument. Among the anticipated changes, no longer calling his murderer a racist. And we're going to do a little digging into, who his murderer was after this. Um, Edits to the brochure have removed the reference to Byron de la Beckwith. According to the Park Service officials who asked not to be named for fear of retribution, other edits include eliminating the reference to Medgar Evers lying in a pool of blood after being shot. Rena Evers Everett, executive director of the Medgar and Myrlie Evers Institute and the daughter of the couple, said that the family had been told the matter is under review, but the final product has not been put out yet. In 1963, Beckwith shot the civil rights leader in the back on the driveway of the Evers family home in Northwest Jackson. It would take 31 years before a jury could convict him. Jeff Steinberg, founder of this Sojourn the Past, which regularly takes students and police officers on civil rights tours to the home, questioned the change to the Park Service material. You can't call Beckwith a racist, ? He said. If you opened a dictionary and turned to the definition of racism, you'd probably find a picture of Byron Beckwith. Now, who was Byron Beckwith? Right? Well, when you Google his name, oh, Lord have mercy. When you Google his name, the first thing that pops up is this. I'm going to show you guys my screen. Hold on. When you Google his name, De La Beckwith. And look at his Wikipedia page. Let's see what he was about or not about. Byron De La Beckwith. Oh, he died into the new millennium. He's an American white supremacist and a member of the murdered civil rights leader Medgar Evers on June 12, 1963, in Jackson, Mississippi. I think that's enough that we need to know about him, right? In 1964, he was tried twice on murder charge in Mississippi. The all-white male juries each ended in a hung jury, and De La Beckwith went free. In 1994, based on new evidence, he was tried again. He was convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison, where he died in 2001 at the age of 80. This is what we're dealing with. We can't call this man a racist. This man was a card-carrying member of the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK, white nationalist organization. And the Trump administration says, we don't need to call him racist. It's not that bad. It's a little too excessive to call him racist. This is what we're dealing with, y'all. Nonsense. Sacramento, California, the only child of Byron De La Beckwith Sr. from the town of Colusa and Susan Southworth Yeager. His father died of pneumonia when he was 5. 1 year later, he and his mother settled in Mississippi to be near her family. His mother died of lung cancer, and De La Beckwith was 12 years old, leaving him orphaned. Good riddance. So, of course, like everybody else, he joined the military. I might do a podcast episode. If you guys could like the video, like this live, I'd appreciate it. But who is Medgar Evers? You know, let's look at a juxtaposition of lives. You know, we have Medgar Evers. We have this guy who murdered Medgar Evers, and then we have Medgar Evers. Right. So Medgar Evers, killed in 1963, was an American civil rights activist who was NAACP's first secretary in Mississippi. He's an Army veteran, served in World War II, engaged in efforts to overturn racial segregation. So this is a man that was about something powerful, something meaningful. And he was at the University of Mississippi. He wanted to overturn racial segregation at the University of Mississippi, end the segregation of public facilities, and expand opportunities for African Americans. And they killed him for it. Now the Trump administration is vehemently, openly saying they don't want people to refer to the man who killed him as racist. What do you think about that? Comment below.